Alrighty, we are ready to get our Final Fantasy VII speed runs going again. Let me just move this over. Whoops. PBs are gonna be getting tougher and tougher to get, but we'll do our best, and let's get started. Push it to the limit. Oh, dang it. I left my coffee out there. Oh, I can still get it. All right, still have like a minute 10 to spare too. Man, I think I spilled coffee. That sucks. Good thing I have a pretty much exactly 2 minutes from the time you press new game to when you actually have to do anything. We definitely won't be getting first attack here. Sup, Laxus? Thanks, dude. We'll do our best. Pretty sure we'll lose a PB at Yuffie and Spencer's though. There's no way we get that RNG again. That was like the Pazuzu of RNG.
Oh my glob.
Let's do this. Perfect run.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I'll try my best, but Perfect Run is asking a lot, man. Yeah, you're right. The last two Materia Keepers were really good. Oh, what the shit is that? I'm debating on even trying not to mess with the step count and just doing what I used to do. Because I get these, like, pincer attacks and stuff, because I think I'm messing it up somewhere, and I'm getting, like, in these pincer attacks, and that's gotta be causing me to lose more time then the step count is even trying to save me because I'm not even getting the save, I don't think, you know? Because I think you have to get preemptive apps to even get that save. Dude, I swear to God, I have to be manipulating worse encounters. Because when I was first running it, I wasn't getting any, like I could go through the full run and not get a single pincer attack. And these last couple of runs, I've gotten like 2 of them. I've gotten pretty good at making sure I do that. That one's easy. That one has a nice visual cue. Watch for Cloud's leg to move. Yeah, the squats practice one is tougher because it's just a text box right beforehand. So I think I decided on what game I'm gonna try to learn. We'll see as I start to learn it if I still want to do it though. I think that's the hard thing is like I'm not positive if I want to actually play like run a game until I really start, you know, learning the route and learning the, you know, the process of doing it and stuff. So I'm thinking our next one is gonna be Final Fantasy VI, and I'm gonna do the no sketch route. It's about a 4-hour run, which means I'd have to start my streams a little bit earlier. 4 hours for like world record, so. So I think I'll start trying to learn it on Monday. I might look at it a little bit on the weekend, but I won't like. I'm not gonna really try much. It's just more of a like, I'll probably watch a couple runs, maybe. Yeah, no, I'm going for the full. Ooh, Cloud might be able to go first. That's legit. That never happens. Yeah, it's oh shit, Barrett crit. This is the run, dude. Literally nothing could go bad. Congrats on the PB already. Yeah, dude. we're in there like already. I wonder if this is a waste to use it here. Yeah, it does diminish the attack quite a bit. I just figured since we always get the counterattack and get the tail laser anyways, I figured it might be worth like busting out a Braver in the middle of that. Because usually it's Barrett who gets the limit break. Dude, it's fast. But yeah, so I bookmarked the guide, and so I really need to start looking at it. Going through this weekend. I'll have to look and see if there's an actual like tutorial video, because those tend to help me out a lot when learning it. Because it's always the like backup stuff that I always have trouble like learning, like backup strats, you know what I mean? So here is one thing that the step count does help with, though. So after the detonation sequence, I can get out at like almost 18, because you have your encounter before the thing, and you don't get this encounter. This encounter is really slow because it takes forever for him to shoot. So you do lose, but honestly, I think that's, yeah, that's faster than real time. But I think it more than makes up for itself later when you don't get the pincers. And since I mess up getting the apps preemptive anyways, I don't think it matters, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, we'll see what happens. So basically the step count on this really only matters until the end of this split anyways. So we'll see where I'm sitting at the end of this split. So that's one of the reasons why I saved so much time on that first split. One, the Scorpion fight was good. And two, on the screen before I fought the Scorpion, I didn't do the walking for essentially 8 steps to mess with the step count. So we saved time on that first split. And conversely, I'm gonna lose time here. We'll see how it evens out, or if it does. But then again, a good guard skip and it'll be really hard to tell anyways, because my PB has god-awful guard skip. You know, I just realized, so I'm like always trying to click this like later, like super fast. It doesn't really matter. You don't actually start moving until the soldiers get into position. So I'm always afraid I'm gonna hit fight. So that's just a random thing to know. It's funny though, like the little details that you learn when doing this thing. But yeah, I'm curious to see how lenient the step count and stuff is for Final Fantasy VI, because that's the big thing. Is I'm not a huge fan in the learning. I just don't want to go that intense with it, you know. I don't want to devote that much into the games. If I wanted to do that, why would I even do Final Fantasy VI? I'd straight do Dragon Warrior 1, you know, and just step count beat that game. Well, is it Ness Cardinality or however you pronounce it? He's just God, dude. The memorization is insane. In 5, I was pretty much make a mistake and it's over. Oh, wow, really? I probably won't be learning 5 then. Yeah, because I looked and I saw your time in it, and I was like, I wonder how long Laxus, like I wasn't even being facetious when I said it. I was really wondering, I wonder how long you devoted to learning it and stuff like that, you know? Because I was like, well, if it was like 4 hours plus on like, you know, it was like first run or something like that, you know. I was like, then it might be, you know, it might be okay kind of thing. Because you know, you get kind of an idea of, you know, certain runners, like, honestly, they, like, this just sound weird, like how much effort they'll put into runs, and how, like, typically they start out when they learn a run, like how, like, adept the runs that they first do, you know. And so, like, I know that you know, you're good at picking up a game and, you know, putting effort into it. So I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm curious to see where, you know, since I actually know you, and I'm curious to see where you would land on there as to, okay, if I was to pick this up, what would that look like, you know? Yeah, the step count here really isn't that important. I mean, you know, if you think about it, the step count on this run only matters in the first, you know, like 30, you know, in my PB here, like 37 minutes, which honestly would be faster with guard skip. So let's just say 35 minutes of like a 2.5 hour run. That's not bad for step count. And especially most of the screens on this, the step count doesn't matter because there's no enemies in the regardless, like here. I mean, over half this time isn't even step counting. It's like you probably really only step count for like 3 minutes. Other than that, you're good. Dude, it really isn't. You should learn this, Laxus. It's a fun run, dude. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit, I think, on the long side for the runs that you do nowadays, with like the messenger and nut stained. But it's a fun run. I found this run pretty damn easy to pick up. I would say this is one of the easier runs to pick up and run, which is kind of funny because I don't know. Yeah, no, for the ones without warping around, yeah, it's a lot different. We're not talking about those categories. I would love to learn the no slots run. That's like, hypothetically, if I ever could, you know, make it big, Ma, and be a full-time streamer, that I would devote some serious time into that run. I mean, technically, I guess I'm a full-time streamer now, but I try to do a lot of like freelance video editing and stuff. I need to bug Brand to make to need a new highlight video. He's been getting a lot of clips, so I could probably start piecing one together for him. I actually need to make a new one for me. I also need to remember to use this stupid... So, Slobs has a built-in, like, replay buffer thing. It's pretty cool. I just haven't... I keep forgetting to turn it on when I start. But you can assign a time, and then you can also assign a key on, like, your keyboard or something. And so it constantly does, like, think of, like, first DVRs, you know, where it constantly does, like, a minute worth of recording, and then it just keeps overriding that minute, or whatever time you designate, and then you can just hit a button, and it makes that file of that minute on your PC. So I could do that and make highlights a lot quicker and easier than having to go into Twitch and do them. Plus, it would be the native recording, which is, you know, so my... so I have it downscale down to, was it 720 by 780 or whatever? Or 1280 by 720, from 1920, 1080 or whatever. And so it would be in better resolution, better quality and stuff. Then when I uploaded the video to YouTube, it would be of a better, like, it'd be the native quality and 60 frames per second as opposed, well, I mean, obviously it doesn't matter on a game like this, but it would be a better way to do it. And I was doing it for a little bit, but I just keep forgetting now, because I think because RPGs, I don't count on, like, you know, I don't count on as many, like, let's say clip-worthy moments, because it's just, it kind of is what it is, you know what I mean? Watch for the leg to move. There's leg move, bottom. That's how you avoid the Materia tutorial. You just look for Cloud's leg to move. Oh, you son of a bitch. Fuck! Dude, I hate this damn kid, dude. Alright. Shit, I hit R1 too long. God, it's so hard to just barely tap it. Like, you literally have to do it so little bit. It's better. Like, I have to, like, barely slap my controller on the R1. So I leave the screen to set it up, set up, like, my initial clip in the guards again. So when you come down from that position, so you run straight down into the guard, and then you press down and left, and that gives you your initial clip in the guard. And then all of the rest of your movements are based off of that initial amount of space in the guard. And so it's really difficult to replicate that amount of space. It's just easier to start over than to try to fix it sometimes. I'll usually try to fix it like a couple of times, but I don't know the visual cue of exactly where I want to be to try to clip downward through the whole thing. So I just know the setup from the beginning. And so it's just a lot easier to do it that way for me. Although in some of my first runs, I was able to fix it pretty regularly and do it pretty well, but it's not a consistent thing. and instead of like, you know, I think you've seen where I've just had crazy amount of trouble of getting it, and I eventually leave the screen and come back and get it anyways. It's just better off that way, because if I can, the whole issue is like, I mean, it's really not a tough setup. Like, it really isn't. The hardest part for me is, so if you remember, the shoulder buttons move you in a 45-degree angle from whichever direction that you're wanting to go. So the whole point is trying to only move like one step, basically. And I have trouble pressing it only for like the one frame or whatever that you're supposed to press it to move that one step. And if I move two, it kind of throws it off. And that's where I mess up. Especially like, you know, I typically, you know, it's at the beginning of the run, and my hands are like, I know it sounds like a cop-out excuse, but like seriously, first thing in the morning, my hands are like not wanting me to do precise shit. So like, I'm surprised that like the first runs even like get anywhere. And then I just, you know, I just roll with it. But yeah, that's my story. I seriously think I'll have, it's because we get old. I was just gonna say, I seriously think I'll have like arthritis or something when I get older. I crack my knuckles a lot though too. Not that that actually it's been scientifically proven that that doesn't impact it. However, it is a thing I do. I also have relatively weak grip strength. That's probably from cracking my knuckles. I'm like always bending them backwards. This is a really good wall market. Boom, boom, boom. So like this skip here, have you seen bar skip, Laxus? Have you seen what it does? So there's a skip that I don't do there that you can actually do that saves, I don't know how much time, like a fairly decent amount of time. So, I think I want to say it saves like 10 seconds or something. So basically what you do is it's the same exact idea of the photo skip and Barrett skip of getting a conversation going and having a text box up, but being able to move. And what you can actually, what you can actually do is have the conversation with the person in the bathroom going at the same time that you're having the conversation with the dude about the dress going. So you basically do both at the same time. But if you mess it up, it soft locks the game. It's like pretty much every trick in this game, it saves like overall a minimal amount of time, but has the potential to kill the run. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the thing is it's really my fault. Like, I could start earlier. I would just have to be like more diligent about going to bed at an early time. Like last night, I was laying in bed after my wife fell asleep, watching or playing Breath of the Wild until, I don't know, 2 something in the morning, and then I wake up, you know, at essentially 6:45 and get my kids ready for school, and I'll go back to bed for like 2 hours and then take a shower, get all my stuff ready, and then start stream. If I went to bed earlier, I could start streaming right when I get my kids to school. Wait, what am I doing? For some reason, I was thinking it was the time I bought the batteries. So, I mean, if I did that, then, you know, I'd have more time to stream. But also, when I first lost my job, I did do that, and I was streaming right after I took my kids to work, or took my kids to school and stuff, and I like was burning myself out, because I mean I was going like 8 hours in the morning, and then I would do like a night stream or something too. So I was just doing a little too much. And honestly, since it's weird, since I've been doing less, my, you know, like as far as viewership and stuff like that has increased. So I think it just works out better that, you know, I do less, I guess, at this point. But yeah, it would always be the dream. It's just funny how that works, I guess. Really, what I could do is sleep while my kids are at school, and then just have crazy long night streams every night. That's one thing I could do. But I like streaming during the day though. Dude, I mean, it's not a bad idea. I definitely would have more time to stream. Could stream from like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. my time till like 6:30 a.m. and get my kids ready for school, and then go to sleep while they're at school. Wake up when they get home. I think that the best thing about this run right now is that yesterday I was able to do it without looking at the guide at all. So now I don't have to have the guide up. So that's, you know, that's that little bit of time save that's consistent. And if I never have to look at the guide, I just feel better about the run kind of in general. I'll smash it. Yeah. I think it's like, you know, it's like it's a partial like confidence thing. You know, you feel a little bit more confident about the whole thing, and you just kind of trust more of what you're gonna do instead of like questioning it and making stupid ass mistakes. So we'll probably save time here too with the guard skip. That sample split's gonna be interesting though, because we didn't do any step counting, and I'm curious to see how our fights kind of run in during that certain part. Hey, Zenkaroshi, thanks so much for the host, dude. Greatly appreciate it. So it's kind of a little bit of a test run. I'm making you famous. Yeah, dude. So now I can just talk to them normally and don't do like the trying to step count the preemptive, because shit didn't work when I tried to do it anyways. So this probably saves me, you know, I mean, obviously it's not like a lot of time saving this little stupid ass thing. Dude, I don't even have 20 bucks to lend. Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh shit, and then... What the shit?! How do you miss Bolt twice?! Twice! So now he's not doing his sewer tsunami because we missed Bolt. So that totally just lost us a bunch of time for bullshit. Cause that changed up the entire fight. We would have saved time there, too. Dude, I can't believe that. Because he didn't do the tsunami, which is what damages him the most, and gives us limit break. And we didn't get either of those things because he never did it again. Also means we're low on grenades. Fuck off, game. Nah. I mean, honestly, ultimately, it's just really going to come down to the 3 RNG points anyways, as far as whether or not we would PB. And come down to Materia Keeper, Yuffie, and Spencer's. didn't make the noise? Why did it make the noise twice? What's up, Ket? Well, it was going great, and then we missed Bolt twice. So it messed up the whole RNG, or not RNG, but it messed up the whole pattern of what the boss would do. So we lost at least 20 seconds from that, and it was dumb as shit. But other than that, it's going good. How you doing, dude? Yeah, magic can miss. And we missed it twice in a row. Like, the likelihood of that happening is so low. Like, it's really low. I don't know what the percent is, but it's really, really low. And I was trying to test like a little bit something different in the route, so I was really curious as to what was gonna happen. And I really just kind of even messed up my testing, so I don't even know. Oh god. Now we can't go up these stupid ass stairs. Yeah, that 3 times dodge was insane too. I don't buy any lottery tickets any week. I can't afford lottery tickets. Maybe I should take out a $1,000 loan and buy lottery tickets so I can win millions. And then I can pay back the loan, and then we'd be in there. It'll work for sure. I know. Well, I mean, the odds, it's totally in there. Hey, Brand! Sorry, the rip on that last run. Congrats on the poverty PB, though. Hope you're doing good, dude. I don't know why anybody doesn't have the idea. No one's ever thought of taking out a loan to buy lottery tickets to win, then just pay it back. It's fail-proof. Yeah. Yeah, you just have to buy enough lottery tickets. That's its trick. You're absolutely right. Oh, dude. That crit, though. Dude, he is straight hate crime in Barret right now. Good lord. I'm out of grenades! That's a problem. Dude. This is gonna be a weird run. If we make this run, just make it to the end, it's gonna be odd. So Bran, you missed it. So I'm trying some new dance strats, you know how I do. And I get to apps and I'm like, dude, I got a big time save here. I miss Bolt twice in a row, which then makes it so that apps doesn't use any of his sewer tsunamis, which then require me to use a shit ton extra grenades. And so now I'm out of grenades, and that we lost time on a split. We should have saved time. We should have saved probably about, I don't know, 20 seconds? It should have been like minus 35 coming out of apps. Yeah, that's what Zenkaroshi said. And I was like, eh. Bum, 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 bum. Luca Lunch sounds like a an item you'd give your Pokemon to like re-get them food or re-get them health. A Luca Lunch. Just because alliteration is cool. Well, the good news is that I don't fight. I don't have to fight any more mobs, like, and actually attack them until I buy more grenades. So we'll be good there. And I usually have a couple grenades left over. So I should be okay if I just pay attention and use limit breaks every now and again to offset the grenade usage. I usually end the run with anywhere between 3 and like 6 grenades left. So it'll be close. Ain't no mountain high enough. Did you tell them to take out a loan so they could buy more? I will just light the money on fire instead. I've actually done pretty good on scratchers over the years. No, I didn't approach them on our wonderful business plan. That's a solid one, dude. You should send out a confidentiality agreement to everyone in chat. Yeah. I need a, is it an NDA? Non-disclosure agreement? Not when you have a lawyer friend. Hey, lawyer friend? I'm gonna need you to go ahead and type that up. Oh, and you can just take the cost of the NDA out of our future winnings. Your IOUs, it's as good as money. I mean, I don't see why not. It's guaranteed money. An add-on contingency. Yeah, you don't have to, you don't talk about it, and then we win. That's the deal. Those words don't go together. Hey, Adultery! How are you doing this morning? I guess it's afternoon now for me. It's 5 minutes. It's considered afternoon. Just peachy. Sent out a co-agency agreement with another real estate guy last week. We have a lengthy arbitration clause that involves a mediator and all other sorts of bullshit. What I tell you about leaving the cage, boy? A dueling clause? Wait, how do I have a grenade now? Oh, I get it. So Tifa was set to use a grenade, but got put in the pyramid from Reno, so it didn't use her grenade. I want to get in a fight here. Perfect. So if we can't come to an agreement, the offending party gets choice of weapon. Oh, it's so dumb, it's funny. Be awesome if it didn't come to an agreement and you really did have to go through with it because it's in the contract. And the weapon of choice ended up being those inflatable dicks. There's nothing like a good inflatable dick clause. If I somehow end up in a fight with another grown man beating each other with inflatable dicks, I promise I will videotape it and send it to you. I mean, I would expect nothing else. Dude, I'll make a, if you get that, if you do that and send me the footage, I will make a montage video for you. And I'll put, fucking, No Easy Way Out by Robert Tepper or Tripper in the background. I'm gonna also need footage of you driving your car at night. Fuck! I was pushing it to get through the text. Dude, it's so dumb. The hitbox on it's dumb. And I hate the fact that you get there just right after, if you were hitting the button, that you could actually jump to it on that first cycle. Dude, it's so, yeah, it's dumb. It's a very small window. Hey, Demon! How you doing, dude? Well, I think we're okay on the grenade situation, since we at least got that one back from Tifa. Not that the one would make a difference, but I'll pay attention to it and try to use some limit breaks to offset using grenades. It's doing all right. We had a pretty good run going thus far, and I got terrible RNG. I missed, like, literally bolt missed twice on apps, and what should have been about a 20-second time save turned into a 20-second time loss. And it used up a shit ton extra grenades because we didn't get the bolts. So that really sucked. Hey, Crazy Zero! Thank you so much for the host. Welcome everybody from Crazy Zero's stream. Hope you guys are having a great day. Yeah, magic missing in Final Fantasy VII. What is that? Am I gonna run the console version? I don't have a PS1 anymore. Can we get a shout out for Crazy Zero? Please. I'd do it, but I'm sitting here running through some stairs after not skipping leg day with squats. Ooh, Mako Strife. Love the name. Welcome, welcome. Shout out for Crazy Zero. Perfect. Oh, you're playing Crisis Core. I have never played Crisis Core, and I've heard it's amazing. But yeah, welcome everybody from Crazy Zero stream. My name is Dan. Right now I'm running Final Fantasy VII. We're doing the PC any percent 30 FPS category. If you haven't seen it, there's a lot of kind of warping around and craziness. We skip a god lot of the game, so we definitely finish it under 3 hours, but potentially low 2 hours 40 minutes. We were having a really good run here, and then we missed Bolt 3 times twice in a row on apps, which stopped him from using his Tsunami skill, which does the most damage to him. And so we ended up using a lot of extra grenades, so it runs a little sketchy from then on. Dude, no XP runs on hard mode. What? How's that work? That sounds difficult. But yeah, so I've done a lot of different speedrunning. I'm actually looking at so my next speed game that I'm gonna be picking up. I'm gonna be doing the no sketch route Final Fantasy VI run. I'm gonna be learning that starting this next week. And thank you so much for the follow, dude. I greatly appreciate it. Another thing, if you do like traditional like JRPGs, if you do exclamation point free game, it'll give you a link to an RPG that I personally am creating. I put out a demo that is free for everybody to play. So if you'd like to try it out, you can actually see the little announcement video from that link. And you can check it out there. I wrote all the music for it. The game is built in RPG Maker MV. Yeah, and let me know what you think if you want to try it out. It's about, depending on how much you put into the game, there's about an hour to 2 hours worth of gameplay in it currently. But I do have a lot of plans for it. Yeah, Adultery, you got to. I really the main thing is, so I half use it more for just a way to showcase music that I've written. That's probably initially why it was, but I've kind of gotten some grandiose ideas as far as what I want to put into it as from a storyline standpoint. And there's some stuff that I've never seen any other games do that I always thought would be really cool in a game. Okay. So preferably, all I need to not happen is I just need Barret to not die. Thanks, Make a Strife. It's nowhere near, you know, the point that we could talk about it being completed, but I wanted to release something to kind of gauge people's interests on the game itself and see if it would be something that people would be interested in, because it is, you know, obviously it's taken me about I want to say almost a year, but it was like a year of off and on. Okay, we got Tranquilizer, so that's good. It's taken me about a year of learning how to work RPG Maker MV, but also, like, to be completely honest, it was like off and on for sure. Mostly off, not on. Dan sings opera. I used to sing opera back in the day. Back when I was in college. Really, like, one of my dreams, like, growing up was always to be, like, a video game music composer. I always thought that'd just be, like, the coolest thing ever. And yeah, obviously, so Crazy Zero, I get a lot of inspiration from, like, the old school, like, RPGs. It's just, I mean, you know, that's my childhood. Your face is the coolest thing. I know. And that Brand Belmont there is is one of the professional voice actors that I hired for the RPG. And by professional, I mean he's just a really good friend and awesome dude. Yep, and that's the character he voice acted, which is Rallman. Oh shit, that was really close. And the run continues. Crisis Core and 6. 9 Crisis Core. Okay, so 6 is the GOAT for me. 6 is my favorite Final Fantasy game. Close to son of a bitch. Close to one of my favorite games of all time. 7's also up there, obviously. Chrono Trigger. I mean, I'm huge on JRPGs, like especially in the 90s. I mean, back when Squaresoft could do no wrong. Everything they touched turned to gold. Legend of Dragoon is awesome. You know what's funny is I never actually beat that game. I got like really, really far into, I think it was 4 discs long, right? I got really far into the 4th disc, and I think I was headed towards like the last boss, and then I just, whatever, I put the game down for some reason. I don't even remember now, but and never finished it. It's like one of those things that like haunts you to this very day. Yeah, it's a solid game. I think what I liked, and spoilers for those that haven't played Legend of Dragoon, so spoiler in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I really liked the fact that they killed a character in the party. Although I always thought it was weird that it was literally like, oh god, don't die, Barret. I always thought it was weird that you got like the same character back. It'd be like in this, like, you know, Ares dying and then getting Ares again. Getting Ares like with a different dress. I feel like they named Lavitz just by taking Lenny Kravitz and putting the names together. Dude, Breath of Fire 3 is super solid. Breath of Fire 3 has some of the best music in a JRPG out there, in my opinion. And for me, music is the #1 thing that draws me to a lot of these games, because really, like, you know, you remember the stories, you remember the Ares dying moments, the Kefka throwing, you know, Gestal off the floating continent. You know, you remember these moments, but really what sticks with you is the music. Yeah, Ares doesn't die, and that's the good thing about this category. Ares does not die. I have to check out some of your Crisis Core runs, because I don't see myself probably playing it, if ever, for a long, long time. Just because I don't own a PSP, and I'm sure I could emulate it, but I'm kind of a gaming whore. I like to game around. My philosophy on speedrunning is I usually pick up a game. I usually do really well at it initially, and I'll grind it for a little bit, you know, like, okay, so here's my analogy on speedrunning. It's very much like a relationship. So when you first get together, you're in that honeymoon stage, you're having sex all the time, everything feels good, you're getting golds, PBs everywhere, it's amazing, right? Then the game starts to expect things of you, and you have to, like, start, you know, giving back to the game, and then it's just not as fun. So then you start looking at the game's sister, or, you know, the game's, you know, cousin, or, you know, something like that, and, you know, that game's looking pretty fine, and then you kind of move on. So that's what speedrunning is like to me. Oh, I know. Dude, it's such a good speedrunning philosophy, though. Nobody else has it. Dude, have you played through Breath of Fire 3, Bren? Oh, okay. The only thing I didn't care about, like, my only criticism of Breath of Fire 3 is some of, like, the later dungeons and stuff just felt like they were so long. I think that was like the only thing. But other than that, it's such a good game. I used to listen to, I used to go to the, like, wherever the ferries were or whatever, because you could do the BGM. You could listen to the soundtrack there and listen to, like, Eden non-stop forever, and the Overworld tunes. You can't spend too much time here. So yeah, so I'll try to like tell you guys who may have not seen this run what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So here momentarily we're going to be fighting Sample. Now for most of the game you have the attack battle system or whatever, the attack time battle, or action time battle, you have it set to active. Well, this is the only part of the game actually that you set it to wait. You do this for a couple of reasons, but the main reason is for this upcoming fight. So this upcoming fight, we'll actually be manipulating the boss to not hit us as much because of it being on wait. So we're going to delay using grenades on the boss till the end of the animation, which is going to cause all of his extra minions to basically not attack us. Now they'll get off a couple of hits, but for the most part we'll be okay. Now the one concern that I have going into this fight is Barret got riggedy wrecked against Reno. Reno just like went off on Barret, so Barret's really low on health, which is not cool. And I don't think he gets a random free HP fill up between here and there. He gets one right after the fight, but not before then. Yeah, we're classy men who are faithful in our marriages, so we gotta cheat on our speedruns. I'm a speedrun swinger. I think we lost time here, maybe? I don't know where, really. I felt like we did well in the split. But I'm married to Castlevania, but my side chick is Devil May Cry. Getting all the D lately. Yeah, D ratings. I've kind of gone from one type of woman to another when it comes to speedrunning. We're hitting up RPGs more now. Honestly though, RPGs have been the most fun runs that I've done. I get to interact with people more. Dumps powder in his hand and prepares to smack a hoe. Okay. Yeah, Barret definitely did not get randomly healed. I don't think he's gonna live. He's not gonna live through, he's not gonna live because of the poison, so I might as well just get his limit break off now. Dude! The game is straight just wrecking Barret. That is literally like 7 attacks or more in a row that the game targeted Barret. Dude, I'm telling you. We're gonna lose time here because of this. Yeah, depending on how you pronounce it, Suikoden 2 is amazing. My favorite part is that you can play through the first one and then import your save, and it makes a difference. Apparently, still not as bad as our PB. Yeah, both 1 and 2 are really good. So now we're gonna put Red 13 in the back row, and we're gonna change the attack battle system back to active because we are done with that fight. We no longer need to manipulate those little things. So You didn't really even get to see it other than once when it killed Barret, but the samples use fire and ice, and it does a lot of damage. Now we're gonna get hit. Oh, sweet. This guy does not attack us. I mean, the problem with those lists are so many of those games are like interchangeable. Like, it just goes to show that how solid the 90s was for RPGs, you know? And I really, like, you know, I start to think about, I wonder what made them so, I wonder what made them so, you know, obviously we have rose-tinted glasses when we look back at them. And, you know, to a certain degree. But what made those games so much better than, like, newer RPGs? Like, because in theory, you know, newer RPGs and stuff like that have a lot to do with, you know, in theory, you should be able to take formulas and stuff that worked before and reproduce them and make them better. In theory, right? I mean, I get that, you know, moments like Ares getting killed and stuff like that, that's a, oh shit, the first time you see it, especially if you were a kid, right? But, okay, so imagine, Adultery, that you never played the older games, and imagine all of them were laid out in front of you right now. And it was the first time plays for all of them. What would be the differentiating factor that would make them so good? Dude, I couldn't get through 9, and everybody's told me it's so good. And you know, I consider myself a pretty good, like, let's say, aficionado as far as the amount of games and stuff that I've played, and I just could not do it. I couldn't get into the characters. That's the biggest thing. And honestly, and I totally get it. I totally get it, Jake. You know, preferring 9 over 10 based on what you're looking for in the game. So what I've loved about 10 thus far is, so the combat system is my favorite out of any turn-based combat. I love the being able to see when people are gonna go and stuff like that, you know? Thought the hardware limitations push better creativity. That's a really good point, Scotty. You know, it's that keep it simple, stupid, you know, premise. Decently through the starting portion of the characters and seeming so it's just not engaging. Yeah, see, that's how I felt, Kits. So okay, so here's a hot take. I personally, don't get me wrong, 10 is very linear, right? You're running through corridors. How is it not any more linear though than like some of the original ones where you can literally only go to one place anyway? You're just not in an actual corridor. You believe it gives the illusion of exploration in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? Like, I love Chrono Trigger. I would definitely say is immensely better than 10. But it, you know, I think it's, for that, it's a lot to do with like the story and the charm of the characters. And, you know, music's, you know, arguably better. Well, but then 10, it's not arguable. It's definitely better. So I think it's just, I don't know. And to me, it's an interesting conversation to have, because obviously, you know, different strokes, different folks. And I know I had Brandon when I said strokes, but see, and I love 6 too. I feel like 6 it was like the perfect amount of characters to be included and like have the dialogue and interaction between all of them. And so I would say this, so, you know, since we've been doing this Final Fantasy X casual playthrough, one thing that I've really liked about it is, yeah, so the story has been, it's pretty, like, linear in the fact that, okay, well, you know, you're on this pilgrimage, you're moving from one place to another, there's a bad guy, you're gonna kill him, right? But I feel like what 10 is doing well, that you don't really see very often, and I really don't remember this until we started playing through it, mind you, is it's doing... It's incorporating certain things that other games didn't have. Like, I mean, technically you have racism with like Wakka's whole deal. You have religious like implications with the whole Yevon and everything. You have the emotional aspect is pretty good. There's a technically like love in it. I mean, you know, obviously these are, you know, you either love them or you hate them, but I do like the inclusion of these different items. But yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger, and also Lufia 2 for me are my like interchangeably top 3 probably games of all time, not just RPGs. But you know, once again, it's all the different reasons that we play games. And I love each of those games for different reasons. I don't know. It's just interesting to me. Also, what cracks me up is, like, you know, when people will compare 13 and 10 together and talk about how 13 is extremely linear, and it's like, how is it any more linear than 13? Like, legitly, it is corridors. It's the same deal. The only thing is that the story is extremely convoluted. The only thing that I really dislike about 13 is the combat. It gives the illusion of an active combat while trying to keep a strategy, and by doing so, it kind of loses what makes both of them good. But overall, you know, I'd say I like it. Yeah, I could have... 12 was like 9 to me. I put more time into 12 than 9, but... Oh, shit, that was a crit! A crit limit break. Don't see that often. I'd almost say it makes up for the missed bolts, but it doesn't. Yeah, just... I don't know. I think it's the characters. I couldn't get into them. I think this next grenade should kill it. I was off by 1. Yeah, I mean, I can get that. I don't think the characters have as much soul as, like, you know, like more of the traditional ones. I wonder if you could menu that fast enough to if you had, I wonder if there's a way to get preemptive so you can always get the grenade off on that cat before it uses or panther before it uses barrier. Dude, I would say, yeah, that's like, I actually really like a lot of the characters in 10, but Tidus is really annoying. He's bad. But I mean, you have like the most stellar lineup of voice actors in that game, and they do a pretty good job, other than Tidus, whoever that is. So here we're switching over to, we're adding Restore and Lightning to Cloud. Mostly for the Lightning to be used on Motorball here. Yeah, it's a good split because I decided to not do any step counting this time. But like, for instance, that fight right there, we wouldn't have with step counting, we wouldn't have a fight there. So that save right there is very important. So for those who haven't seen this category before, it's going to lead to a lot of crazy stuff later on in the game, which is what allows us to beat the game in under 3 hours. So we save in slot 3 because we will use that one. We'll use that save the least. We'll only use it once. Whereas we're going to be using slot 2 twice, and we're going to be using slot 1, I think, 3 times. So I would like to get a PB in this so it wasn't so close to 4th place, or to 5th place. So it was more than, was it 9 seconds or something? So in the motorcycle mini game here, we want 3 red motorcyclists. That's preferable, because then you can just spam square and circle, and they'll never pass you. There we go. Now we just hit square and circle to the end. Oh, okay. Thank you for the host, Bran. Greatly appreciate it, dude. Yeah, Bran, you need to, like, you might ask of you is that you played through Lufia 2. Like the whole game. Like my top 3 RPGs are for, you know, entirely different reasons, but so Final Fantasy VI is the characters and the backstories of each of them. Chrono Trigger's for like the emotional depth of the game. And the music's amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, all 3 of these games are gonna have great music, but and then Lufia 2 has the best outside of combat game of the 3. Like, it has some of the best 16-bit puzzles in an RPG, in my opinion. Yeah, see, I don't really care. Like, if I'm playing through the whole game, I'm not, like, difficulty's not really a thing that I care about. I just want to, like, you know, experience the game as, for what it is. So, and we equipped the Restore on Cloud not to actually heal people, but so that he does more damage with lightning, because it increases his magic stat. Dude, Barret is just getting wrecked in this run. Like, he's taking all the damage, dude. I think I messed that up. No, that was a good fight. So since I did Braver there, I interrupted when he was gonna use Twin Burner. So that worked out really well. That was a really good fight. Considering I got the extra encounter, it was real solid. I thought he was just gonna end up doing the Twin Burner after the Braver and I was gonna be screwed, but no, it worked out good. And I was gonna set Barret to do his Limit Break also, which I'm glad I didn't, and did the grenade because it was faster. So here we're gonna try to do, it's called Barret Skip. I suck at it though, so I don't get it too often. And by too often, I think I've gotten it like twice. Nope, didn't get it. Hey, Ares! Thank you for the good luck, dude. So basically what you can do, this saves about 20 seconds. I could already have left the screen right now. And you don't have to change your party up, but because I suck at it, we didn't get it. We're about to make our second save of the run here just outside Calm. We'll probably get into a fight between here and Calm, and then we'll run from that. We may not, though. All right, so now we're gonna do the flashback scene, which does have the most tragic backstory of this game. You guys, for those that watch the stream here habitually, are probably tired of hearing it, but too bad for you. Sweet, dude. I'm doing pretty good. Let me stream. Oh shit, Tommy, aka The Gun. Thank you for following. Welcome to Adventure Time, dude. Tommy Gun. See, you start talking about montages earlier in the run, and the shit comes, man. Although a Rocky montage and beating each other up with inflatable dick montage are two entirely different things. I would say, it is funny when I describe it, but I would say on Rocky 4 has the best montage, but you wouldn't know what I was talking about because like the last 30 minutes of the movie are montages. But definitely the no easy way out. All right, so what we want here is we want Sephiroth to kill the dragon and Cloud to not die, preferably. If Cloud's gonna die, we want Sephiroth to forgo raising him and kill the dragon. So that was good. If Sephiroth decides to have a heart and res Cloud, it's just an easy 10-second time loss that we can't do anything about. So, none of that is good. So, for the most part, during this version of the flashback, we play this out normally. There's nothing fantastic that we're doing here. We're just advancing the story. We are going to play the game pretty much up to this point. We haven't done too much crazy. We did do guard skip, which skipped the portion where we meet Ares. That's why Ares has her actual name there, or Aerith, as opposed to having us making her name the letter A or, you know, something like that. So up to now, it's been pretty much just playing the game normally, except for we're throwing a lot of grenades. Now, after this, we're going to be doing what's called a Zolom skip. So we're gonna try to skip that huge snake that you typically would have to have a chocobo to avoid in your in a casual playthrough. And then after that, we're going to make a save, and then we're gonna start doing some bigger skips. So we'll actually be playing through this portion again, up to about here, and then at this point is when it will change. But that'll be coming here pretty soon, and then we will fight the bastard that's gonna pretty much determine. I mean, he's a big portion of the determining factor of whether or not this will end up being a good run or not. Which Materia Keeper is a thing. The cold air of Mount Nibba was the same. It was cold. A weird whip, Bobo. Whoa! Damn it. Bobo. Bodo. 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 We'll see, Laxus. You know, the only time that I've ever had first time poison on Materia Keeper, I didn't check Ares' stats, and she was too strong. And so she ended up doing 14 damage and just screwed up the whole thing. Or 15. Yeah, it was something like that. Wow. No extra fights during this entire flashback. Our movement was on point. So that was no extra fights since the fight in Shinra Tower. That's really good. That also means I will probably get into a fight immediately upon leaving Calm. Or maybe going in and out of the reactor to manipulate Sephiroth. So here we have Tifa cooking up some Mako stew. She's about to stir it up with her ladle arm. And there she goes. Bo-bo. 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 So it's just a lot of spamming circle. But can she stir me up? Stir it up! Yeah, that's right. I pulled a song from the Cool Running soundtrack right now to make my point. Alright, no fight there. Fights with Sephiroth, although fast because he kills him in one hit, are also slow because you get the you get the animation of whatever spell he chooses to kill everything, and B, you have the little fanfare at the end too. So it's typically faster for us to not get into any battles with Sephiroth if possible, so that we can just run from whatever, because you can't beat Sephiroth's time and run. I think I've done it like once, and it's just completely unlikely that it happens. It just is very, very rarely. All right, so I hope you guys are ready for the tragic backstory of Final Fantasy VII. So, top of Mount Nibble, super cold outside. What else do you have to do but sit in the hot tub? Happiest dude you've ever seen in your life, chilling there, warm at the top of a mountain. Not a care in the world, just sitting there, enjoying life, getting warm from the cold mountain air. Then along comes this asshole, and he starts beating the shit out of the dude's hot tub. So, I mean, why? Dude's just trying to enjoy his hot tub, you know, at top of a mountain, right? And so everything was fine. But then on top of all that, he's jealous because he's not in that hot tub. So he throws a toaster in that shit. Dude's screaming out in pain. He has no choice but to bail out of the hot tub. Lands on the floor in the top of Mount Nibble, cold, alone, and afraid. And that, my friends, is the real tragic backstory of Final Fantasy VII. Has nothing to do with Sephiroth. Has nothing to do with Tifa. Has nothing to do with Cloud, Tifa's dad. It all has to do with this dude just trying to chill at the top of a mountain in a hot tub. That's why the game goes silent at this point, because it knows the gravity of the situation. And all this time I thought it was about Tifa's dad. Exactly. Glad I could set you straight. See, the game gives you a grieving portion there of no sound because it knows how important that scene is. You never see that guy again. He died there at the top of the mountain. It's bullshit, dude. A lot of X months. I feel like we're playing pretty good today. Maybe that guy is linked with Vincent, and Vincent is just waiting in a box for his turn in the hot tub, and since Sephiroth killed a bunch of people, Vincent didn't get told that it was turn into a hot tub. Oh my god, you just blew my mind, Islude. Holy shit. It all makes sense. That's so awesome. And welcome. I hope you're having a great day. Dude, that's some solid insight right there. He's just waiting for the hot tub. And yeah, Dr. C, you probably are right. We are probably gonna lose the run at Materia Keeper. I mean, we've already missed Bolt twice in a row, so we're probably gonna miss Bio. It probably won't even do damage. These rooms are always funky because like the down is really like down right, right is really like upright. That was like the biggest thing to learn on this run, honestly, is the orientation of the rooms and knowing which direction to hold when you come out of come to a new room. Which, if anybody is looking for like a, you know, an RPG run that's pretty easy to get into, I would say this is up there. It's really not that difficult of a run. There's really only a couple of like tricks, so to say, and I mean honestly, for my first week, I didn't even do anything but just up to Midgar, to getting out of Midgar. And then when I started doing runs, I would just have the guide up, and I would literally just look at the guide as I'm doing the run. It's pretty. It's a really fun run too. It's super easy to get into. I mean, I'd seek revenge for having my hot tub turn get skipped. Dude, you know it. Papa! This reminds me of Coco every time. You lack the proper weapon proficiency to use this weapon. Shh. A 1 has been rolled. Fail. That is a really good point. The architecture of this building is pretty terrible. Alright guys, we got this reactor. We're gonna have this thing that looks like the entrance, but you gotta Terminator 2 your shit down to this platform to get to all the hot tubs. Genova's really just a fancy term for day spa. Be a pain in the ass to Sherpa that equipment down there. Yeah, for sure, dude. You get it. You understand. It's worthless creatures. They're stealing the planet from Mother. But now, I'm with you. If it's brown, flush it down. Made in, I don't wonder what that says. Made in something like 1999. I think is what the text said. I wonder what that says. You'd need like high res to be able to see that. It's too fuzzy. You thought it pulled some memory card shit on you like Metal Gear? Yeah, dude, that Metal Gear was that Ocelot? Was it, that's the boss that did that, right? That's funny. Okay, so now we need to get a good Zolom skip. And then we're moving on. And then the big thing is getting a good photo skip. That's the key. Get out of the way, woman! I fully expect to get into a battle around this dirt patch. Huh. Hey. And we'll get one right as we're turning to the right here. More than likely. Oh, that was a little early. Quick run, though. Now let's see. Come on. Can I make it? Can I make it? Fuck! I shouldn't have tried to push it. Of course, why would he hit anybody else but Barret? I know, dude. Oh, come on. Bad spawn. Probably gonna kill Barret, watch. Oh, okay. Let's kill it with grenades. I don't think that's happening. That'd have been a good spawn that time. Well, this is where we are losing all of the time save that we had. I was trying to actually just step in there. It would have been good. Hey, at least we're seeing skills I've never seen before. So this is what's supposed to happen. I know, really? God. Good thing we got the cutscene skip. I do need to start getting a little concerned here. As Cloud can't die. And by can't, I mean, I need him not to. So I I could do a safety heal. I think I might just do that. I think we'll need it. Cloud and Red 13 can't die. Barret can die, of course, because, you know, the game hates him. Alright, so now we're gonna make a save in slot 1. Alt F4. Reopen FPS Fix, which conveniently opens up right over the Final Fantasy VII launcher. And we're gonna load up slot 2. Run into Calm, and we're gonna start the flashback over. So this is where the skips and stuff start to happen. Do not fret though, for we will not be watching the entire cutscene again. Just the beginning. Man, we lost so much time. This stupid Zola bullshit. I felt like we were playing really well too. My movement was like the best it's been. What is Sephiroth's favorite soda? I don't know. I'd say like Mako Cola. Slice. That's pretty good. All right, I'm hoping his favorite soda is not Life 2. That's what I'm hoping for right now. All right, at least he got in his attack first, and come on, just nice. No reses from Sephiroth. So to our PB, that's a what? That's a 30-second time save from our PB, because we got 2 reses the first cutscene and then 1 res the second cutscene. So it's like 30 seconds back of that Zolom bullshit. And Sephiroth doesn't like Cloud, I know, right? Okay, so we are about to perform a trick called Photo Skip. And so what this is going to do is allow us to skip the point where Sephiroth joins our party. Then we're going to purposefully die because it's gonna basically save us portion in the memory of us being on Mount Nibble. And the game doesn't think that you can actually die because Sephiroth's in your party because he's, you know, he's essentially immortal to these enemies. However, when we skip getting him in the party, we will be able to die. And so the thing is, so the way that we perform this, and this can happen in many different places in the game, if you have a text box up and an event of you moving gets queued up at on the same frame, you can actually move wherever you want during that, as long as that text box remains up. And it allows for several skips in the game. And this is the biggest one. So what we're gonna attempt to do is move up to the Shinra Mansion, that gate, and talk to that dude taking our photo at the same time. Damn it, I didn't get the diagonal. There it is. So that's what we're looking for. So now it says, let me take a picture. I could run past Sephiroth. He's gonna say some junk, and I'm just gonna say, I don't care. Now what it's gonna do is it's gonna advance the game, but Sephiroth never actually joined my party. So now we'll be able to die, and we're gonna die right before this bridge so that in our cutscene, the bridge still exists. And that sucks, Adultery. I totally get that, dude. So now, we are going to leave this screen with the bridge and come right to the screen right before it here. And purposefully die right here. And then we're gonna reload another save outside Fort Condor and win a battle, and it's gonna teleport us back to this exact point. Hopefully I described how it works a little well enough. But it has to do with the game loading the memory of our location here, and then not getting rid of said memory loading. So now we go ahead and load up our slot 1 file. We're gonna get in a fight here. We're gonna win this fight, and then we're gonna be teleported back to the mountain. Imagine Sephiroth resurrecting Cloud so often that he gets killed. Yeah, sadly though, he can't take any damage. We're gonna use grenades because they're faster. And we got the tranquilizer earlier in Shinra Tower. So, we'll be able to have Barret. So I want to save these limit breaks. So when we fight Palmer, we would prefer Red to not die. So we might get into another fight. Okay. Now we hope for RNG here. And Ares died. Got the bio. Just don't kill her. Okay, hit for 13. We in there. We're gonna lose a little bit of time, but it's manageable. So what we did there is manipulated a Materia Keeper's health to exactly 7,777 and took advantage of the all sevens glitch, or Easter egg rather, to do exactly how much damage was needed to kill him. Now we're gonna make our way over to Rocket Town. Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. Yes, so we heal it so that the poison does the exact amount of damage, so that he ends up getting 7,777 health. And upon doing so, the poison that he takes counts as his own attack. Therefore, it does that much damage to him. So we're placing Barret in the party because he has more health and won't die in one hit against Palmer. And we kind of want that. Just in case it takes a while for us to land bio on Palmer. Yeah, it's an Easter egg in the game. So whenever a character has all sevens, they go into like a fury and do all sevens and damage like crazy amount of times. And it works for both mobs and for allies, so it's just something that the game has built into it. Yeah, that the game takes poison as dealing damage to yourself. Yeah, well, it's because it can't, like, the way that it's coded is that it doesn't remember who cast it originally, so the only person it has to, like, say that did it is that mob. And so what we did there is we are setting up for the next fight, which is Palmer. So we bought 11 high potions because we are no longer going to be using Restore throughout this run. High potions are faster, just based on the animation time. So we are going to just use those for our healing purposes. And we put a tranquilizer on Barret so he doesn't die in one hit. We equipped the Yoshiyuki weapon. And the reason we do that is because it deals more damage based on how many allies are dead. So if both of our allies are dead, we deal more damage. And so we want them to preferably be dead because we're going to be doing more damage. And we equipped out the Restore for a counterattack. Yeah. Right. Yes, so Sadness adds, you take 1/3 less damage. And also you restore your limit break timer slower, which that doesn't really matter so much for the rest of this portion, but it matters for Materia Keeper because you want to have your turn or your limit break comes slower for Ares primarily, because you don't want her to get, if she gets her limit break, you might as well just start the Materia Keeper fight over. Yesterday, so it was funny, in my PB yesterday I forgot to use tranquilizers on the Materia Keeper fight and I just got lucky. Yeah, the real-time saving strats, of course, is always just getting lucky. That's the thing. I mean, honestly, though, the likelihood of this run PBing, even though we're under, let's face it, is pretty slim. I had really good RNG for the Yuffie split and the split after it, and the likelihood of getting that again is just low. Yeah, Yuffie was second and Spencer's was first. Like, it literally could only get one better. Let's do that. Ah, dude, I'm on it. Finally, astronauts that don't wear a protective suit. Exactly, dude. Well, is he really an astronaut if he didn't go to space, though? And, you know, astronauts that smoke in the middle of a rocket. Seems legit. So I'm trying to pinpoint it. So Tingle is from Zelda. What's Islude? It sounds like, is that the name of the, no, it's a, what, is that's not the dude off Diablo, is it? Off Diablo. Back then. Final Fantasy Tactics. Okay, okay. Islude Tingle is a Final Fantasy 2. Oh, okay, cool. Been so long since I played through that game. Tactics, although one of my favorite games of like all time, I don't remember the story at all in it. I just remember, like, for me, the gameplay in that game is what sells that game for me. Is he one of those dudes that turns into a demon at the end? I feel like he is. It sounds vaguely familiar. Or I could be just completely wrong. Like one of the, is it Zodiac monsters or something? He gets gut punch killed. Man, yeah, I don't remember that game at all. I need to do another casual playthrough of that game. That would be a good casual playthrough game because then I could grind offline. It'd give me something to do offline and then just go through the story or something online. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? I finally figured out how that stupid room works. No, I'll get to Chrono Cross. Yeah. Okay. So let's kill this dude. Nice! Although I wouldn't have done that had I known Bio was gonna land. And of course, the hate crime continues on Barret. So really, we just want him to kill Red 13. Like, we want that to be a thing. There it is. Oh man, that counterattack would have been sweet. Come on, dude! What is with Cloud today? Oh my god, that was a great fight. We ended full health, we ended with the limit break, and both other characters dead. Dude, imagine if those counters would have hit. That'd have been money. Ben Parker. That'd have been funny. God, if those counterattacks, I think if just one of them would have hit. And we killed Palmer before he ran out of MP. Because we were getting so many limit breaks. Kind of like how the Square Enix keeps making tech demos for Final Fantasy VII Intro. Yeah. And I agree, Demon. I like the advances, but they're not the original. They're not Final Fantasy Tactics, you know? You know what games I need to play? Ogre Tactics. I never played any of those. Yeah, I've heard they were really good. I never played them. All right, so now we are going to take the Tiny Bronco. We're going to take it all the way over to Midgar, run our happy asses over to the Yuffie Forest. Then we're going to reset the game and load up our slot 3. Is it? Oh, really? There's a Wild Arms Tactics? I mean, Wild Arms is awesome. Oh, really? Huh. Get out! Alright, one more time for the Zalem skip. Oh, nice, preemptive. Bum, 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 bum. Not a nice back attack. At least we ran before, like, we got the steals. And in our PB, that was a pincer. Wow, 2 back attacks in a row, huh? I hate when I have the flaming peck. Good spawn. Oh shit, maybe bad manip. Okay, no good. That's your good RNG manip. I know, apparently. Dude, I'm telling you, Dan strats. All right. Now we load our slot 3. And so just like we did with the photo skip as far as storing our location after dying, we're going to do the exact same thing here. And we're going to do it with Motorball. So this time, we do the bike minigame much differently than the first. Where you're trying to, you know, save your friends in the truck from the Shinra Pursuit troops. The first time, this way, we're actually wanting our friends to get jacked. Specifically, we want Tifa and Barrett. F your friends. Nope. Get out of here. So we want him to get hit on the left and the top. That's where Barrett and Tifa are. Yeah. And we want to take some damage too. Stop. Let me get the... Fuck off, dude. No, damn it. Come on. They're coming dead. That combo, though. Okay, so now we want to kill ourselves as fast as possible. And since we missed Bolt so many times, we missed, oh, what was the other thing? Oh, there's counterattacks and everything else. Knowing our luck, Motorball's gonna miss us, trying to kill us. I've had Motorball miss me 3 times in a row before. Like, you couldn't get that RNG if you asked for it any other time when you need to dodge. Yeah, followed by 2 dodges the next time. Cloud was just on fire. All right, so now we purposefully die against Motorball. And this is gonna, just like with the picture skip, and it loaded our, it saved our information, or location on Mount Nibble. This is saving our location against Motorball. So we want a fast Yuffie encounter here. Hey, Max Actrix! How you doing, dude? All right. This is probably where the run's gonna die because we're not gonna get this in a fast fashion. Just at this point, it's RNG on this thing here. Oh shit! Second try! Come on, counterattack. Crit. That was neither of those things. Alright, so it teleports us back to Motorball. We want to just win this fight quickly. So counterattacks would be preferable. Yeah, I do stream some newer stuff, but mostly not. Look at all these counterattacks we're not getting. There we go. One more hit. Yeah, I mostly do retro stuff though. Spend most of my time between probably SNES and stuff for like the speedrunning stuff. Feel like you should get Thai food. I'm making some like teriyaki shrimp with basically what's it, beef and broccoli, like teriyaki, but with shrimp instead. That's what I'm making for dinner tonight. All right, if we can get Barret Skip, we could be even more in there. The likelihood of us getting it is slim though. Yeah, we didn't get it. Cut it on the Asian food. Oh, you leave for Japan in 2 weeks. Sweet. Where at? We have a buddy that's he's in Okinawa, right? Oh, sweet. So you play Final Fantasy 14. What's your main class? I did White Mage. I know, dude. Bran, if it wasn't for the subscription cost, I'd be playing it still. You do Paladin for in-game? Oh, okay. Yeah, I did White Mage. I would totally still be playing Final Fantasy 14 if I didn't have to pay monthly. I just can't afford it. Yeah. Oh, I have the time. So what we're doing here is we have loaded up some different stuff in the memory, and we are setting up for a skip into the developer room, which was not taken out during the PC version. So we're going to the back of Mount Nibble here just to manipulate, just to advance the story a little bit. Yeah, I would agree with that, Islud. Yeah, definitely don't want to do, I didn't really care for Elder Scrolls Online. I picked it up to play with Bran. Or B-Dot, as it were. Alright, so now we need a fight with 3 Spencers, so these little dudes that look like whack-a-mole things, and a flying thing, which is all, I don't know what it is, but those, I call them Flappy Birds. We want this as quickly as possible. This is the other portion of the run that we would lose it. Unless we get it in the next, like, 1 to 2 fights, the run will die. We'll still finish the run, but... let him healing up Barret. After all of his, hard work here today. Came apologizing for earlier. I know, dude. Barret. Dude, he wore all the damage. Alright, this is the fight we need. We're gonna lose a little bit of time here. We're gonna lose probably about 40 seconds, but PB is still possible. It might be a poverty PB. Ooh, that was a quick fight. I was hoping that was enough damage to kill. See, preferably they'd be hitting Cloud right about now, so he could counterattack. Okay. Alright. If we do this all quickly, we can still PB. Sorry, I won't be looking at chat probably for the remainder of this here. So we basically just entered a developer room. We're gonna get ourselves decked out, gain a ton of XP, and then we're going to teleport to Jenova and finish this run out. I feel like we did really good menuing for all of this. I have to pee really bad too, so that's a thing. Okay, and so we are starting the end sequence of events here. And we will be... We teleported to Jenova, but you're gonna see the cutscenes from like the first disc, just because the game technically still thinks we're on what the first disc of the game would be. This time we'll hold off on the mug because it's 3 instead of 2. Okay, it's a little bit of a time save there. Yeah, we got it. And I just gotta do Bizarro Sephiroth, 2 times cut, and a mug after Bizarro Energy. Yeah, it'll look like a poverty PB, but I feel like it was... I played a lot better this run. Like, I mean, I really feel like my play was... My movement and everything was really on point. Oh yeah, dude. That does make it a lot better. Yeah, it did troll me a lot. That first Zalem. Second wasn't bad. Best song in the game. Shit, I didn't do Bizarro Energy. This is gonna be... Oh. Oh, he did it though before we did our skills. It's gonna work out. That was close. Yeah, dude, the last boss of this game is Airbuster. Just reskinned to look like Sephiroth. All right, no Omni swag. Should be sub 243. I think, I mean, honestly, this could be a gold too, because I menued the dev room better than I did yesterday, and we got the mug kill on Genova, so we should save a little bit here. If I knew how long Omnislash took, I would do it. But I want the sub 243.
I got a big dick, pretty big dick boy.
We
Chronic big dick.
We in there. Yeah, that was a super good save on that last split. Woo! Thanks for the GGs, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Wow, I honestly didn't think we'd PB this again, let alone the next day. If we would have gotten as good of Spencer RNG, dude, it could have been close to sub 241. Could have been in the 240 range, real close. Yeah. So it's like, I'm torn. I'm like, it's awesome, but now I gotta submit another one. But now, dude, world record is just so low in comparison. Yeah, 4th is nice and secure. Yeah. And that was with no step count at all. Because step counting screwed me yesterday. I ended up getting 2 pincer attacks I never get. Dude, 4 minutes from here though. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be fun to bop Sully, but a 4 minute time save. I mean, okay, so Zolom, probably about a minute with Zolom. And then with I mean, yeah, about a minute with Zolom and about 40 seconds in Barret skips. And then 15 seconds or so on the Zolom post cutscene skip. I mean, you're looking at saving about 2 minutes from here, and that's me landing everything kind of good, you know? As a wall climber, I guarantee you there would be no grunts for talking when holding someone with one arm. Well, that's a solid run. I'm happy with that. I think, is that faster than my... That's not faster than my free FPS time, is it? I forgot what it is. Was my free PS 243? Or did I get under 240? Hey, I got under 240, didn't I? I'm not sure. But I'm gonna leave you guys with this cutscene for just a moment because I've had over a half gallon of liquid while doing this run. Oh, 236.3, okay. Too bad I couldn't just, like, you know, move that over to here. I'll be back in a minute. My wife yelled at me because of how long I peed. I hope you guys are all having a great day. This one's for you. Dude, like seriously, it might have been, I know this is totally TMI, it might have been the longest pee I've ever done in my life. It was a lot. And then she was working on the yard, so I went and I looked at what she's been doing on the for her yard work. We got like a flower bed and shit, so. Alrighty. Some guys have all the luck. Alright, I think I don't have to have all the credits in my submission, so we're not gonna watch the credits for 47 minutes. If my wife was home from work, she'd have my house up there. So I sure as hell want to get to stream. So yeah, so the deal with that is I did my big honey-do lists on Monday, which was a ton of the yard stuff. Like, I was pulling weeds that had like tree root sized crap. I have terrible allergies, so it wrecks me for multiple days. So I don't, she doesn't expect me to do much except for stuff in the house, which I already did the dishes and all that stuff before the stream, and then I cook dinner and stuff. So I mean, I'm domesticated. But let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and snag this guy here. And we're gonna stop this.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more gaming content. It really helps me out. It doesn't cost me anything. Thank you again. Have a great day.